me do one quick custom stream.
Miles, how's work going for you? Good?
Yeah, pretty good. It's been a lot of closing stuff happening right now.
Yeah.
And we are ready to go.
Good evening. This is Thursday. I'm looking at the meeting notes. Doesn't have the right date on it. This one is March 12th, 2026. It is about 6:10 p.m. We'll call this meeting to order. Tom Pendergast,
Here?
Jerry Narkowitz, here. Miles
Here.
Provost, here. Deanna is excused and Ron is excused and Josh Chase is here for staff personnel. Emergency exits, I think everybody knows them at this point, to the right, to the left, and behind me, and pretty well outside, about 30 feet away. So we first have some meeting minutes to approve, which are from
I did not print out the December 11th ones.
Well, we can't approve those because Dan isn't here, correct? I think it was.
So here's the thing. I know that Jerry wants to have the three people who were at that meeting
right.
Approve them.
Yep.
Which normally would be perfectly acceptable. However, there is an open records request for them.
Yep.
And so we really, if at all possible, we should approve them.
I would never approve meeting minutes that I would never vote on meeting minutes. If I were not here, I wouldn't vote on them.
Yep.
So that's me. That maybe not you guys.
How about if you read them but you weren't here?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it. It's just one of those things for me. I got to be part of it. I'm not going to take on a job without going to a job site. I'm not going to approve it without being part of the meeting. So is there a problem with delaying until we get who was at that meeting in December?
It was you, Tom, and Ron.
Ron.
Yeah.
So we need Ron here.
Well, technically, Miles can approve meeting minutes if he believes that the meeting minutes are a reasonable recording or a reasonable facsimile is not the right word. You know what I'm trying to say.
I understand. So that's kind of up to Miles.
In the interest of not prolonging, because of that request and with the interest of not having us run into any trouble related to that, I have read them multiple times because we printed them out multiple times.
Yep.
I would be willing to approve them
Okay.
for that purpose. Though I do agree in normal circumstances, yes, I would rather have folks there, but just in case.
I'll motion to approve December 12th meetings.
All right, I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Josh, that one's off the books.
Okay, thank you.
February 19th, I looked at them quickly. I didn't see anything that was there scattering to me.
I'll motion to approve.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Okay. Old business for discussion and or action. Lake updates. Let's talk about the gate on Lake Tyoke. I believe they finally have all their permits in hand and they can begin the gate. The lake level is really low. I have, unless some magic occurs, I've lost the trout season.
Even with all that snow melt?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Snow melt. I'm really low. They are really resistant to put trout in when the lake level's low. They're afraid if it doesn't come back, the water heats up too much and you kill off all the trout. So who knows? Maybe we'll get a lot more in the next 2 weeks, a lot more rain. I don't know. But
Are they letting any water out right now?
I've got it stopped.
It is stopped. And it's still that low. I was just by there yesterday.
Oh yeah, we were really, really low because they were supposed to start construction in late December, early January on the gate, and they ran into some permitting problems, and so they weren't able to start. And the result is that I didn't get any evidence that it was going to be delayed that long. Maybe I would have closed it earlier, but it's a very hard walk. If I close it and then it's more difficult for them to do the construction, it costs more money because they have to coffer dam it. So we just have to live with the fact that maybe this year no trout season. We'll see. I'm not giving up totally. So I've noticed a fair amount of geese around the lake. They've been paired off, but they can't find nests yet because it's too exposed to the wildlife that can get out to it, dogs and fox and coyotes, anything that will disturb their nests. So they generally, as far as I can tell, they must be able to delay. And I don't know that much about geese, but as far as I can tell, they have not nested yet. But they're in pairs. They're running around looking for a place. So that's about it on Lake Tioga. Johnson's Pond had an RDA meeting last evening. Two sites have been proposed for
Public use.
public use.
Yeah.
Public use. Whatever that public use is, it has to involve a boat ramp, has to involve the beach, has to involve a couple other things. And they've got some ideas on the table. And I have no idea how long that will all take, but pure guess is it'll take years before this gets all approved. And through all the process. And also, I think the projected number was somewhere between $4 and $6 million to do.
Yeah, the dam site was 4.5.
Right.
So, but just to add on, I was impressed with their ability to pick sites that would be public, but also reduce the impact to residents.
Yeah. Right.
One was the dam site.
Which is an easy call.
Right. The town owns
Yep.
most of that land
Right.
anyway. They
Yep.
were going to put the beach there, and they were going to put a boat ramp there, a
Yep.
washing station there,
Station.
latrines, well, bathrooms.
Increase the parking.
Yep.
Make access for vehicles. Although, boy, in my head, I was sitting there thinking, wow, if I were driving a trailer with a good sized boat and I had to back down or go down and turn around, I'm an okay driver, but that's hard. That is
Yeah,
really
at
hard
least
to
it's
do.
60-foot wide.
Yeah, I saw
So,
that. So it should make it a little better, but
Yeah.
wow.
So that one, 4.5 estimate with a 50% contingency. So they're like, okay, where do you land? And the second site they called Francis Sherman,
Yeah, Francis Sherman.
which is actually behind the old, I call it the old Caldwell's campground, but now is what, Webb Campground
Yeah, I don't
on
know.
Old Flat River Road. And that area is heavily inundated with aquatic invasive species.
Right.
But they would be able, that recommendation would be
Yeah.
to pull that stuff all out and then put a boardwalk in place to allow for non-motorized
Right.
watercraft
Does
to
that
go into that
attach
point.
to Johnson's Pond?
Yeah.
Main?
Yep,
So
the main.
if you were to go in there, you could get into the main part of the lake?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's like so if you're looking at it to the right
Pull that up.
around the corner is the old Caldwell's campground.
Right.
And then it goes, yeah, it's probably on the RDA site. And they proposed that as 1.5 million. RDA Information Services. Should be RDA somewhere. There it is, left side, halfway down, yeah. Maybe plan docs. Water, white.
Maps.
It may
Oh,
be
maybe
so
maps.
new that they may not have it. Let's see.
Well, even if you have a map of oh, there you go. You have a map of the area. So
Yeah, there we go.
yeah.
So show me where it is, Tom. Do they want a cough drop?
That's site one, that's the dam site. Right, so that's the dam, the spillway, the Coventry Town Hall is here, the library, and then Public Works is here. The second one is on this side of the bridge, so if you go all the way up, Flat River, this is You can't see it too well. This is the old Colwell campground right here. Sorry. And then around the corner, Old Flat River Road is here. And that little piece of water right there connects to the main. And that's where they want to put it, right on Old Flat River Road.
Huh,
So that's the main part of the lake.
Yeah.
And there's almost no houses there. It's heavily infested with aquatic invasive
Yeah.
species. So they would have to pull all that out. Oh yeah, there it is right there. Yep.
wow.
Yeah, so this is Caldwell's, or what they call I call it Caldwell's here. And then remember, regardless of what they do for public access, this space right here has a boat launch ramp at the campground. Anybody can go in there. They pay the fee.
I'll pay the fee.
Yeah, pay the fee and they go in. So
That's not public. That
no,
doesn't
it's
make it
not
public.
Yeah, they gotta pay a fee.
You know,
Although hopefully they will do fees for non-residents to come in
yeah.
on public, which
I don't
state of
know.
Rhode Island does all the time. So
Is that campground boat launch, is that for motorized vehicles as well?
I think so.
yeah, yeah, motorboats. Oh yeah, yes,
And I don't know
definitely.
what it costs to put your boat in, but you know,
Yeah, and you don't have to be camping there. You can
Right.
just do a day trip.
right.
I don't mind
Put
that
your boat
idea
in.
of the actual fees associated with the motorized on there.
And then I think the most important part of that was that Mark Lemoy, who's the president of the Civic Association, said that they had unanimous approval of the two sites.
Right. Unanimous
Since they
approval.
have to do something anyway, you have to do something. You have to create public access.
Right.
So get on board.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it right there. So they were gonna put, they were gonna clear out this side, all aquatic invasive species in here. This looks really clean. It's not. And then come down a little bit. There's like no, I'm sorry, go up a little bit. There's like a dirt road here. And then they were gonna put a boardwalk here to allow for and then a dock out here for non-motorized boat.
Right.
Launch.
And he talked about clearing the
Well, yeah, it will
the
be here.
vegetation.
They were gonna do a picnic area and maybe a gazebo
Yeah.
on this side to overlook. So
Do you know
Well,
if
they're gonna do it
anybody
for a lot.
uses that area right now? Does it?
only fishermen from
Yeah.
a boat
Yeah.
side, not
Yeah.
from the,
Okay.
and I don't think there are many houses over there.
So, are they going to put in a boat ramp there for power boats? No, that's strictly just kayaks, canoes.
Yep, non-motorized, they
rowboat.
said, yep, that's it. What I didn't realize, according to this, it's town-owned property.
I didn't either.
I didn't get that from the conversation last night, but that makes it easy. Both of the places are town-owned.
Right.
And very little impact to the residents, which
Right.
were in the first meeting were seriously pushing back.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so yeah, so I was impressed
Yeah.
with
I agree.
the consultant.
Yeah, they did a nice job. They did a nice job.
Upper Dam Pond.
Upper Dam Pond.
So the most important news about Upper Dam Pond is that the milk can is still on the ice.
Still on it.
It's still ice out there.
So who asked you about the milk can?
Somebody
right?
did that
The
night.
president
Yeah.
of the town council
Right.
asked you about the milk
Right.
can.
Is the milk? and I
Right,
said-
so that's
I
good.
said, Tom hasn't indicated that it's sunk, so I have to assume it's still.
No, it can't.
still
I've
there.
I'm never gonna make it. I got 9 days.
No,
It's
you
never
won't.
gonna happen.
Well, the-
No, 11 days. Mine's the 23rd. So
It's
not,
almost like an Easter baby.
yeah. So last year, interesting. Last year it was March 1st.
March 1st, yeah, because.
So today is the 12th and it's still standing.
Right.
So we have a couple of things going on. I'll get to the most complex afterwards. So we have a spring meeting coming up in May. We hope to have a lot of dignitaries coming. We're going to invite everybody for the town of Coventry. Right now I have 52 people on the list, not
Wow.
including
Nice.
association people. So we'll see from the governor on down. And I have to use the governor because the governor's wife hopefully will provide us with the grant for litter, which we'll talk about. We also have a plant sale on Earth Day, and we'll have Earth Day cleanup. So what we decided to do Earth Day this year, something that other lakes or other areas might consider. I walk every day. And finally, I can get out and walk now because the sidewalks, which have been covered with snow, are cleared. But what they left behind was literally tons of sand.
Right.
Mhm.
Tons of sand
Everywhere.
on the sidewalk and on the road.
Yeah.
And by the time the state, I'll talk about Route 116 because Upper Dam Pond adopted that roadway from Route 117 to Jervis Street.
Okay.
Both sides, it's hours to clean,
Okay.
and it's impossible to clean right now.
Yep.
It's covered, the sidewalk and the roadway
What will you do with all the
sand.
dirt?
So this is what we proposed, is to use the grant money to buy 2 leaf blowers and blow the sand off the sidewalk into the road
To the road
where the DOT
can come through.
would come through and clean
That's a
it.
good idea.
So I called the DOT today.
Town deal?
No, the Rhode Island DOT,
Yeah.
because the town, so remember, state road,
I know.
state owns curb to curb. They won't touch the sidewalk.
Right.
And the town says, oh, that's a sidewalk. They're not going to touch curb
Right.
to curb. So we are going to push the sand. We're going to use the Scouts and the Girl Scouts
Good.
and honor students from the Albert Shawn Feinstein School
Good.
to come out. The DOT provides you with all the material from the big diamond signs
Yep.
to the stick pickups
Yep.
to vests to
Yep.
gloves to every
Nice.
bags and everything. And when you're done, they'll pick up all the trash.
Nice.
They want pictures of the trash so
Yep.
they can put it on the litter geomap.
Right.
So you click a spot, a geomap comes up,
Nice.
and it shows pictures of your trash and a picture of your crew if you want. So we're going to push the sand out onto the street, and then the state is going to pick that up, and we
Nice. Sounds good.
put in a work order for the week after. And now what that does is, if we had to wait until July, if the state ever came, most of that sand and
Would be
sediment
washed into the
would be in the lake.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that's something that others in the town might consider, or if the town itself might consider around Earth Day to be able to get out there and do street sweeping maybe 2 months before they would normally do it
Yeah.
in the summertime, because now is when the most important time is now.
Yep.
Because all the sand is right there. So anyway, so that's the Earth Day that we're hoping to do for this year. And in coordination with the Rhode Island DOT. So that's it. You talked about Upper Dam Pond. I talked about Upper Dam Pond. You talked about Johnson's Pond. Couple of things maybe of interest is Save the Lakes.
Mhm.
So Save the Lakes is the kind of the collection of all the associations.
Mhm.
So all 4 associations in the town here are part of Save the Lakes. So the legislation that they're looking at right now is really important. So 3 pieces of legislation that tie to S 2153, which was the State Lake Management Plan. Yes, the state is now going to consider that lakes are important to us and we should protect them.
Right.
Great. Okay, so you did that. There's no money in the plan.
Mhm.
So there are 3 resolutions right now. One is 87127, which was the governor's budget, and they were proposing to put $1 million into that fund. So it's unrestricted, can't go anywhere else except into that fund.
Nice.
So that would be $1 million that lakes and lake associations could use, probably governed by the Rhode Island DEM.
Yeah.
But money there for the governor. That's number one.
You think that's going to get approved?
I testified, so it must be approved. No.
How would the lake associations access that?
So
Through,
don't know,
grants?
don't know yet. But again, this is like and you should talk about, because this has to do with all lakes, right?
Right.
Is what happened at the town council, is let's get the money first and then figure out how to distribute it afterwards. So
Yeah.
they'd probably have to apply for a grant
Yeah.
to the DEM, and then the DEM would go
Yeah,
from there.
DEM.
So
The grant, some somehow DM will write a grant.
Right.
DM has grants for like micro projects and whatnot. They had like
Yeah.
a recreational trails one throughout all of Rhode Island. So
Okay.
similar to something like that, most likely.
So that's number one. Number two is a bill 7915, which is going to add an additional fee to boat registrations based on length. So if you're up to 20 feet, it's going to cost you $20 more than what the registration is. If you're up to 40 feet, $100, or whatever the case may be. That
For
extra,
all boats?
all
Just
boats,
been Rhode
all
Island?
motorized boats going into, well, actually, I don't know. It might be all boats that are registered. That money goes into an unrestricted fund that is only for 2153 as well. So the state cannot use that as a general fund. Doesn't go into the general fund, it goes into that.
Do you
So
have an idea of how many boats are registered in the state of Rhode Island?
no, and they have not heard that bill yet. I expect it to be heard in the next couple of
It
weeks.
seems like an easy one to approve,
Yeah, I would think so.
because I mean, it makes total sense.
And then the last one, the tough one, which is really not money related, but Save the Lakes took a stand on wake boats. And I talked to you about that yesterday.
Yeah.
So wake boats are boats that create unbelievably high and destructive waves that you can surf behind. And in deep lakes, they're amazing. A lot of fun. Middle-aged people can go out there, not get hurt like they would on, power boat. The problem is that they're extremely destructive for lakes that are less than 20 feet. And most lakes in the state of Rhode Island are less than 20 feet. And you need at least 250 to 300 feet on each side of the boat. Most lakes don't have that.
Right.
So Save the Lakes took a stand that they wanted to prohibit wake boats on lakes in the state of Rhode Island. And that hearing was 2 nights ago, and it's been continued based on the funding necessary to do the study. So the DEM would do the study to determine whether or not that would become law. So right now it's been moved to financial consideration.
Was there anybody there speaking positively
Again,
towards it?
so 8 testimonies for the restriction,
Not allowing it.
not allowing, nobody tested
Yeah,
to the-
'cause
to the-
it's an obvious thing if you've, like on a shallow lake, if you go out and you're out there on a windy day, the reach on Lake Tioga is about a mile. And so if you got a reach of 1 mile and you got a 25 knot wind, everywhere that's less than 3 or 4 feet of water, you'll turn up the mud on the bottom and you will cloud up the water column.
Yep.
And it will go back down when it goes, but it can have some effect on the wildlife and the everything when that happens. And that's a natural thing, and that's only 2 or 3 foot waves. I
Yeah,
don't
these
see more than that.
these
6
can be
foot.
6, and they're recommending that it's at least 20 feet in
I
depth.
forget what the rule
And there
is.
are no lakes.
6 foot wave will have an effect, I think, 18 feet deep, like
Yeah.
below the surface. But I'm not sure of that number, but there is a number out there like that. If you did some research on it, you'd see that like ocean waves, the effects that they have. But okay.
So anyway, so that's what's going on with Save the Lakes. They're having a little bit of a revival and
Nice.
getting more active.
It's
And
because of you.
well, it's working.
Good. I'm glad.
All right, so that's what's going on in those lakes anyway.
So I guess this is probably the time to talk about. I appeared before the town council the other night, and I introduced myself as the chairman of the Conservation Commission. I didn't introduce, I said I'm specifically not here as Jerry Narkowitz, the resident, or Jerry Narkowitz, the president of the Lake Tioga Association. I'm here as the Conservation Commission. And we're here and we want to talk about a line item in our budget for weed treatment. And I was very specific about a line item, not just like getting funds like from ARPA funds last year. So it was received really well. It was received really, really well. And I think unless something very odd happens with the budget, which one never knows. But it's out there, and almost all the town council people were present, were understood where it's coming from. And so I put a request in for $50,000 of a line item that would be controlled by the Conservation Commission in conjunction with the Planning Department. And we would try to come up with a way to disperse those funds that were somehow fair. And so you got to take your hat off for Upper Dam Pond. You got to take off your hat for Tyoke or Middle Dam Pond or any of the other organizations, and you got to try to find a way that makes it reasonable to support. And I tried 2 or 3 months ago. I tried to get a breakdown of what I thought, and I struggled. And I thought it would be something that would be wise for us to do as a group. So if it gets approved, that will be something that will go on the agenda on how we can quantify this. And Josh, I'm going to ask you to do a little homework on the lakes, the 4 lakes. I know from my history of research that any section of the water body that's less than 6 foot deep has potential to get aquatic vegetation. And aquatic vegetation that's natural is fine, although sometimes it overgrows because there's too much nutrients in. But it's the invasive stuff that's really questionable. So the best way that I know to disperse these funds if they get approved is to figure out the percentage of the lake that is less than 6 foot deep, and then look at that compared to the whole of the lake, and then come up with a reasonable way of dispersing them. And that I think would be, and I also think that we should discuss what company we would hire, because we'd want to hire one company to do all of the lake treatments.
Yeah.
So you get the best potential deal. So we'll see where that goes. It was a very productive discussion with the town council, and they were absolutely positive towards it. So it was a good meeting on what was that, Tuesday night.
So that's Tyoke, Upper Dam, Middle Dam, and what's the 4th one?
Johnson's Pond.
Johnson's Pond.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I have some pretty extensive data from the Rhode Island DEM on size of lakes and depths of lakes.
Okay.
What I'm missing is that how much of it is less than 6 feet.
Right.
But I guess you could almost say that for all practical purposes, Upper Dam Pond and Middle Dam Pond are 6 feet.
Yeah.
I think Tioga is about 80%.
Right.
And Johnson's Pond, I don't know that. That's the one wild card for me. I don't know that lake.
Well, you know what I'll do? I'll take down, I've got one of those topographic maps of Johnson's Pond in my front room.
Yeah.
Bring it by here.
Sure.
Yeah. And I'll send you the data from the Rhode Island DEM on the size and the depths of the lakes.
Yeah.
So I'll send that to you.
All right. Good on the lakes. One of the problems, that we have is because we're all interested in the lakes, we lose track of that the Conservation Commission is more than that. Sometimes we have to rein ourselves back in and make sure we're available for that. So grant applications, what do we got?
Well, if we want to put this on the record,
Sure.
I figure that'd be a good idea. That we now have access through the joint account with
The Land Trust.
Land Trust, access to Grant Watch, so we can now actually use that service to investigate, apply, and look into possible grant opportunities for the Conservation Commission. So I can begin looking at that ASAP. Would we want to start discussing that next meeting, or do we have other matters that.
I would love to discuss. What I would really like to do is I would like to say, Miles has a 5-minute window where he's in charge and he's going to tell us a grant that he feels is the best one for us to go after. And that we will, as an association, not me, you know, right, but not, I don't want you to have to write them all or do all of them. I like all of us to do it.
Yeah.
So maybe we could pick one and you could say, the reason I picked this one is it has the best potential for getting approved, and we can work on it together. Maybe we give half the meeting to that. I am okay with that.
Yeah,
I am
I
okay
agree.
with that.
I agree.
So I think if you're okay with that,
Yeah.
Miles, we can begin that process, and we can establish a 5-minute discussion period with you. And if you've got one that we can do, maybe we take another 10 or 15 minutes to look at the paperwork on it. Maybe you could have it printed,
Mhm.
and then we can make a decision. Okay, Jerry, you're going to do this one, or we're going to do it together. Okay? Or
I agree.
is that okay with everybody?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ron? Oh, he's not here.
Josh, do you have an extra pen?
I got, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, I think also one grant would be easiest for our commission
I
size
agree.
to focus on, just something that's doable that we
Mhm.
can actually get one.
And about whatever topic is pertinent
Yep.
for conservation.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Anything
Yeah.
that you think, and that I put you make that decision, and we live with it. You don't have to think it's the second coming. You just have to say that this is
Thank you.
what you thought based upon your review, that this is what we're gonna go for. So I think that's a great opportunity.
I have one more.
Yep.
So the governor's wife opened applications today for the litter grant. $500.
Mhm.
And it's an easy 1-page, tell me what you want to do.
Mhm.
Here are your costs by bucket. Here is the contact person, click OK.
Yep.
So it might be something that we would consider doing for the town.
Mhm.
I know we have an Earth Day in town,
We do. Yeah.
something going on. And I don't know who the contact person is for Earth Day, but I would
It would be Melissa. No, strike that, Jackie. I can get you her info because
in Parks and Rec or
I think in DPW,
in DPW.
but
Okay.
I can.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'd
Yeah,
be
I think
happy to
you're
work
right.
with her
I think it is DPW.
and see if they'd be interested in $500. So,
Right.
all right.
And what about our group,
So I applied
Yeah.
for Upper Dam.
Papa Dan Pond?
Yeah.
But what about our group spending a nice night out in July and doing a section? I don't know, like let's take a small park area. As Conservation Commissioner, we'll have our meeting out there, and we'll just pick up some trash and drink a soda pop and call it a night. It's
Mhm.
not a bad way to spend an hour or so. And maybe it's a good way to have the Conservation Commission get more known as, hey, we are really here.
So the deadline's May 1st.
Okay.
I don't know when the work has to be done, but the application is due May 1st.
Okay.
So we would have one opportunity to decide where we wanted. The application itself takes 5 minutes to do.
Okay.
So if we wanted to think about a place,
Yeah. I can think of about 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
Like that little area at the juncture between Arnold Road and Tioga Avenue. It's got the veterans
oh yeah,
and
yeah.
on the causeway, those 2 areas, they're walking distance apart, easy to do, very public, very public. So that might be a good spot to look at.
And then we'll just have to decide what we want to spend the money on.
Yeah. Right. What do you want to spend the money on? Right.
It's a rebuild a bulletin board
Yeah,
or put in a new park bench or
right,
and
right.
and I've had the career center actually build the park benches for us. They actually built one for Upper Dam Pond.
Yep, they're good.
So and
Yep.
we paid them for that.
Right.
And to charge you like 150
Yeah,
for
you could do that out of grant money.
yeah.
Same as
All right.
same as on the area where they have the boat ramp over off of Arnold Road. Those three sites are totally exposed. I mean, they're right. Everybody goes by them.
What about the end of the public walkway from Middle Dam Pond?
Yeah,
They
That
were
I could use it.
looking for
Right.
a bench there.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about
Well, it could use a cleanup
well,
as
cleanup.
well.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
that was on
certainly
my
for
mind.
cleanup, because that's on town property.
Mhm.
And it is access, we're going to talk about it during the comprehensive plan, but it is access to a town lake through town property.
You do realize that benches in public areas are being removed, right? You do know that.
Yeah, we
So-
just chained down.
Well, no,
But-
not because of that reason. Not because of that reason. The benches, the park benches are becoming a place for vagrants.
Um,
And so I'm on the bike trail a lot and all the benches are gone. I used to stop sometimes, make a couple phone calls, get off my bike, stretch a little bit, and they're all being removed. I think I can think of about 5 or 6 gone. I'm like, where did they go? It's because of
is that
vagrants.
the town doing that? Taking them away?
Yeah. Mhm. So
Hmm.
just so you think about it.
Right.
It's a nice idea. Like I think that area at the intersection of Arnold and Tyoke would be a good spot because it's out in public.
Right. Yeah,
it's,
that's
you
yeah,
know,
nothing's gonna happen
It's
there.
not like on the back of the bike trail. So
Right.
okay.
Good.
Okay. Any recreational activities right now going on any lakes? Not really. Not that I know of anyway.
We only just got the snow melt.
Yeah.
When's opening day?
It's the second Saturday of April. I
April.
believe. So the probability, it is still a possibility, but they come in and inspect it for depth about 2 weeks before. So
And that's the opening day for
Right.
Tyoke?
yeah, well, the state of Rhode Island
Oh, okay.
for trout. So sewer development,
Any update on the school?
Still the same
Timeline?
expected timeline, yeah.
yeah, by summertime, right?
Yeah.
Years, but
Okay. Stormwater management, Upper Dam Pond.
We're still on track for this spring.
Great. I'm so looking forward to this data.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, and it means some work for you or for your organization to take a site that has no treatment and a site that has treatment. Because you got to think, unless it's some weird occurrence, that the same salt and oil and junk on the road coming here is the same as here. And this has treatment and this doesn't. So data will be super cool to look at. But of course, you can't take data on Friday here and Tuesday here.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Friday, 9 o'clock. You gotta, otherwise you can't, your data doesn't stand up. It's gotta have validity. So, forest management plan, anything on fire safety?
that I think we left on there, but are continually tabled until we have a better idea of budget. Though I'll look at Grant Watch potentially.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
potential avenue.
I actually saw a couple
Yeah.
on forest development and forest management. Yes.
Lake management task force?
At one time, I thought the idea would be that the Conservation Commission would be the go-between between the lake associations and the town council.
I could leave that on or I could.
Yeah, I think
know.
it's evolving,
Okay.
right? Through
Okay.
Conservation Commission taking a more active role
Yeah.
And there's more interest from the town council
Yeah.
than there has been in the past.
Yeah.
So I think it's evolving.
Okay. We'll leave it on for now. Increased visibility and contact with other boards. I'm this is my third meeting in this week, so I'm going. I know you're going. I know you work, so it's harder. I get that. Um, so my gut tells me we need more people on our board so we can get more people to go to meetings because nobody should go to all the meetings. It's asking too much of somebody. But I think it's working. I can promise you that when I go to stand up, people know who I am.
Mhm.
And so I think, if we can keep on working towards that, I think it's going to benefit us. I'm very let down by the result of, you know, um, the development on Tioga. I understand why. I get it. Don't like it. I feel bad that there's a law on the books that allows this to happen because environmentally, not a good design, but it is what it is. So I think we're doing okay with that. Anybody got any thoughts on it?
Well, we're pretty active on three of them that I see, right? The
Right.
RDA, obviously, the
Yeah.
Planning Commission, one of us is usually at one of those meetings.
Yeah.
And I try to hit most of the TRCs,
TRCs are good.
even though you can't say
Say
anything,
anything, you get
it's
to
still,
know.
you get the heads up on
Right.
what's going on in the town, which I think is valuable. Its problem is that it's at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Monday.
Right.
So, but I think, are there any others that we should be thinking about? It's like zoning do we have a sewer commission?
We do not have a sewer
That's
commission
still
anymore. We
open,
used to.
right? Yeah.
They've,
I don't know if zoning would be one. I don't know, but
Zoning has fewer applications than they used to.
yeah,
The planning commission took over some of the responsibility in certain applications where it used to go to the planning commission and zoning board.
mhm.
State law now says the streamlined process is it just goes to the planning commission.
Planning commission. Okay.
and let's face it, under the new rules and regulations, uh, they don't have to get a zoning variance. They just get a planning approval, basically because of everybody's going for low income housing. So it doesn't really, doesn't need to go to zoning unless it's something like the guy who wanted a setback restriction reduced for a commercial entity. Then you need a zoning variance. So.
Well, we wanted, well, never mind.
Okay, public access and the Coventry PD.
I think we discussed some of that already with
I think
Johnson
so too.
Pond.
New business, the comprehensive plan. Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. So did you print those out? Comprehensive plan for us?
It's
600 pages.
yeah.
No, 655.
Oh, and is that only volume one?
That was yesterday's. Well, I'm not sure what today is. Um,
I had some specific comments on sections,
Yep.
and I had a few general questions to start. I don't know how much.
I did no research on it at all.
Right.
How about you, Miles?
I've not had a chance. These last 2 weeks have been hectic.
It's always good to be honest, isn't it? Nobody can hold me to, how come you didn't know that? Well, because I didn't look at it.
So I was on the original committee.
Yeah,
One of the biggest deficits that kept it from being approved by the state was housing.
housing.
So I had heard that the last committee meeting that they had, bringing the group back together again,
Yeah.
was mostly about housing.
Right.
So I thought, well, here's an opportunity, since this is the Conservation Commission, to just do the stuff around conservation. So my notes are only conservation. I didn't even look at housing.
Okay.
Assuming that the housing experts know what they're doing, they don't need my 2 cents on housing.
True.
And then there's I think a final review of the comprehensive plan coming up as well. by the planning commission in the near
Yes,
future.
and
It's like
yes,
in
and
May
yep,
or in April.
and these comments are going to be um transmitted to the planning commission.
Okay.
Got it. All right. So I had three general questions. I don't even know if they belong in the comprehensive plan or not, but I thought that I would. So I think in general, this is my opinion. I'm not a planner. I don't know anything about comprehensive plans. Um, but I would say that our comprehensive plan has almost no teeth in it. It's a fluffy
Vanilla.
document and it's pretty vanilla. And if I were to go to the comprehensive plan because I needed to make a decision about something, it would give me a very generic answer to the question, of which I'd probably need to do more research.
Okay.
Now, maybe that's what a comprehensive plan is, and if that's the case, it's fine. Um, General question number one, um, how does the town and the state interact together with state roads? So this is the perfect example I was talking about with the sidewalks and the roads, right? So we've got a few of them that are state roads that run through Coventry, especially 116 and 117, but there are others.
Right around.
I don't know how that occurs and whether or not it even does occur. My one contact with the town manager was that when I talked to the RIDOT about a problem they were having with storm drains, his response was, "Thank you for doing that on behalf of the town,"
Yeah.
even though it's not town property.
Yeah.
But there doesn't seem to me to be a lot of interaction. I don't know if there should be. Is that a question that I take to Kevin? Or Kevin and Dan together, the DPW director and the town manager? I don't know. Do you have any insight as to how the town works with the state on state roads?
I do
As
not.
far as maintenance goes?
No.
So probably an open item that we could discuss further with the DPW.
When is when is this looking to get final approval?
Let's see,
Chapter finalized. Oh, that's
if
the
you
housing
submitted your
chapter.
comments in advance of the March 25th meeting. Comments will be considered and provided planning
it's
commission as
scheduled for
first step in
May,
the
yeah.
formal adoption process. So
It's May, June.
yeah, but from what I understand, the planning commission is going to be voting on what will become the final version
When are they voting?
on the 25th
25th of what month?
on March.
10 days from now? Or thereabouts?
Yes,
Wait, they.
yes.
Well,
Because of my understanding, the gap was housing. And we brought in, under a grant, someone that was a housing expert to come in and do the housing. And now housing is done.
so
And they're
is it
reached
really
the
just housing that needs to be
That was
reviewed?
the only one that I thought needed review. The
Well,
state wasn't happy with
so-
it. Not that we can't add to it or change stuff, right? In the
Yeah, no,
meantime.
the planning, I'm not sure if it's the planning department or the planning commission, but has asked for the conscom and the land trust for that matter, to comment on whatever they think in the draft comprehensive plan is worth commenting on. Um, I I suggested, that the conscom, because of the lack of time, the conscom should focus on conscom things. The land trust should focus on
Yeah.
land trust things. Having said that, if you come across in reading through it, if you come across anything that you want to comment on, you certainly can.
All right.
Do these have to be submitted where, well, actually, better wording, where should these be submitted? Just to you?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, so I went through the plan section by section, land use, natural resources, outdoor recreation. And I said, all right, so there's a goal, and the goals have numbers next to them. And I commented on the numbers within each goal. Yeah.
So when you did this, did you
So
put,
this was just general ideas.
did you
So
put-
here,
okay,
land use.
did you put section
No, so these I did not.
7.8?
No, because I don't have any of that. So take these out and go right to natural resources.
Okay.
I went to goal 1.
Yep.
Item 1.
Yep.
Here's my comments.
Yep.
Goal 1, item 4.
Is there such a thing in the thing as called goal 1?
Yeah, you'll see
Yeah.
them. We'll go them. And so now you can read what it says, and then here's my response.
So did you read through all,
Just these sections. Yeah.
how many pages would that have been?
This is 99.
But I didn't read the pages. I went right to the goals.
Hmm.
So I only commented on the goals.
Okay.
I didn't read the document again because a lot of the document is fluff. It's
You don't work in, you work in Word, right? You don't work in,
Mac, whatever Mac
no,
is.
the Google.
Oh, Google, yeah, I do.
So you could transfer
Send you that in
that, and
Google.
I could comment back to you on that,
Yeah,
and we could, does that violate any rules?
The only thing it would mean is that it would be comments that would be coming from you, as opposed to coming from the Conservation Commission.
right.
I mean, you realize, right, if we're meeting on 12th and the approval is the 25th,
Mhm.
and we don't have another meeting, and how are we supposed to do this? Are we supposed to have another meeting just on the concert, like not having anything else except the concert?
I was hoping people would have comments, but tonight.
Yeah, Jerry doesn't. I'm pretty honest about
Yeah.
things. I've been busy.
Yeah.
I'm not making any excuses.
But if I sent you these notes,
Yeah,
you could
right.
look at just the goals the way I did. You could comment on them in the same document, and then you could send them to Josh as Jerry.
Yeah, I
Yes.
could do that. Could
All
do
right.
that. But you'd like them to come from the Conservation Commission.
Well, so
Mine did not, right? So I submitted these
right.
as Tom.
So
Yeah.
I would like the Conservation Commission to be heard as the Conservation Commission
Right.
on the comprehensive plan. I think it's better for the group as a whole,
Absolutely.
you know, and
Yeah, like I said about reviewing minutes that I'm not at.
Mhm.
I want to be there. I
Yeah.
appreciate you doing that, but I'm gonna do that. I want to look at it. So, and it's just been a vicious week. No fault, no.
Can we do a remote meeting,
Gonna suggest.
right, to review what you have done and what I
Yeah.
have done? And if you wanted to take a look at any of it and add on, I can send you this
Yeah.
document as well. And because it's in Google,
Yeah.
we're collaborating as citizens until we get together by phone and then we approve it as a
well,
commission.
I think that would violate open meeting
Right.
because you are
Right.
working
It
on
would.
the same
It would.
document.
There's no
As a
doubt it
group.
would.
No,
Yeah.
Create our own documents.
Yep.
At the meeting, we can combine them together.
Yes.
So let's do this a little differently. Is there any probability with us having a meeting on the 18th at, say, what time do you get free,
I'll
Miles?
check. Which day of the week is that?
The 18th, which is a Wednesday.
If it's a Wednesday, I won't be free until like 9 o'clock.
Okay, so let's not do that. How about the 19th, which is a Thursday?
19th, I'm not available.
How about the 17th?
Unless it's super early.
He doesn't get super early. How
Mhm.
about the 17th, St. Patty's Day?
I'd be free from like 5-ish.
So if we were to have a meeting at 5 o'clock, I will have had an opportunity to look at your notes. You will forward them to me. And then on the 17th, we could come in and meet, say, it would be real quick.
Right, a quick
Half hour,
first
45-minute meeting to go through things. Tom, I love that you spearheaded that because I fell asleep. I gotta be
Yeah,
honest with myself.
I could do 17.
So
Would it be possible to do it on the Monday? Just because I have an engagement on Tuesday evening, and so if at all possible,
Monday,
I would like to keep that.
16th, 16th.
If you do it on the 16th, Land Trust is meeting at 6.
Okay.
So we would have to be clear out of here.
So, well, it'd be
at 6.
perfect. I don't want to meet for more than an hour anyways.
Okay.
So if we met,
If we met at
good on
5,
Monday?
Virtually?
No, here.
Oh, sorry. Could I meet virtually through here on Monday? Is that
you can, but you can't vote.
That
So
doesn't work.
yeah,
Shoot, and we need three. We need three of us.
can you do it on Friday? No.
Well, if
Everybody
we
hates
got
having it
one
on,
more of the two that aren't here to show up, then we could vote
Right,
and have Miles remote.
right.
Yes.
would
You know,
contacting
one of
them
the
to
two.
ask
You know,
them to
Friday
show
the
up
20th is a
violate
holiday,
anything?
right?
No.
Okay.
You know, Friday the 20th is a
It
holiday.
is?
Yeah.
What?
Id el Fitr.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know what religion you practice.
Well, actually,
And I don't know if that violates
the
them.
town-
The 20th?
Yeah, the 20th.
does the town or the state even observe?
I don't think so.
No.
Think,
The state does, everything does not. I have a
Yeah.
calendar. It's like there's
Yeah.
no days off for like a year.
right. This is the bad time of year, right?
All right. So if you guys want to contact Deanna and Ron, if they see if they can meet on that Monday,
Okay.
I would be able to give input virtually.
Right, but you would not be able to vote.
But then one of them, they obviously they would create the quorum
Yes.
in order to vote.
Yes.
I would be okay with that.
Tom,
Uh,
okay.
I have a colonoscopy that day, but I could be here at night.
That's gonna be a rough day.
Yeah,
Don't make me swear. I'm telling
No.
you, you're setting me up. You see how you did that? You set me
I
up.
did.
I'm not
If
gonna
not,
swear.
Tuesday would work.
Right, which is St. Patrick's Day.
Yes,
Doesn't work
actually,
for
I-
you.
Yeah.
Now,
I cannot do Wednesday and I cannot do Thursday.
Because I obviously can't, I can't just look at his notes and say,
Yeah.
that's great. Thanks, Tom. I can't do it. If
So
you've learned
Monday or
anything about me,
Tuesday.
Tom, I like to know what I'm talking about. I don't want to just, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So,
Monday or Tuesday.
so the question is, so does Friday work for you?
I could do something Friday, yeah.
And Friday,
If we can't do Monday,
right?
and then if we wanted to do in person on Friday,
Right.
then I think 6 would be good
Me-
again.
I know if you tell me you're gonna be here on Friday, you're gonna be here. I know you're gonna be here. I know I'm gonna be here. So we'll have a quorum, which means we'll be able to do it. If the other two show up, that's great. If they don't, we still are good with a
We
quorum.
still got it.
But if we tried to do Monday and you're virtual,
Then we need one of that.
And they don't
we would
show
need
up.
then
we've just,
yeah.
then it's Jerry Knockwood's comments.
Well,
then
but
it's-
then we move it to Friday. We could try Monday.
Yeah, we could do that.
That would be the easiest. Friday, not like I can't be here, but if,
Yeah, I know.
but so
Yeah, actually, I am going to have to squash Monday because of the 48-hour rule for the open meetings law.
does it not count weekends?
Yeah.
48-hour,
Weekday.
Weekday law.
Weekday. Okay, so it's Friday the 20th then.
right? Friday the
Okay,
20th.
Friday the 20th.
So
Uh,
5 p.m. to 6.
Well, you said you couldn't be here until 6?
Probably on that Friday.
Okay.
Okay.
6 o'clock Friday.
6 to 7. There's no other meetings going on in here after that?
Not,
Right,
no.
there's never any.
No.
Just the P&A on Friday afternoon. That's okay.
Post national.
So Friday at 6.
20. And what is that?
To
That's the
7.
20?
20th.
Yep. So can you reach out to Ron and Deanna?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's table that till the 20th. Okay. And Tom, you're
And
gonna
I'll-
forward that to me?
In
Is he
Google.
legally allowed to, yeah, in Google?
Yep.
Is he legally allowed to disseminate his comments out to everybody?
I'm not 100% positive, but I am 100% positive that if he sends them to me, I can.
Okay,
And you already have it.
I only have a paper copy.
Oh, okay. Can I send it to you in Google?
Yes.
Just
So-
share it with you?
Oh, no, because I don't have a work Google account.
Oh, crap.
I have this.
You knew you
I
didn't.
can scan it in
No, that's no good. You know why that's no good?
because then you can't
I want
write on
to
it.
jump on his. I want to
Right,
jump
yeah.
on his and say, Tom, are you kidding me? I want to redline this and say, that's not, I can't go with that. But if you do a PDF, I'm out of luck.
Yeah. Um,
So wait, I think,
I will have an answer tomorrow.
okay, and then I think there's another solution. I can think of a solution. Tom could send it to me
Mhm.
separately. Send it. Send it. That way it's only 2 people. He hasn't violated any rules. We just won't be able to comment back and forth. The 5 of us together.
Right. So the 3 of us cannot comment at the same time on the same
I can't-
document.
I can't.
Right.
Tom and
But you
Miles,
could comment on mine.
right.
You could comment on
Right.
mine.
You could be the conduit. You know, you wrote it, we look at it, we make comments, but we can only make comments. to
You only
him.
send it back. You two can't
Right,
talk to each
right.
other.
Gotcha.
It's a funny little law, but why put ourselves in a situation where
Yeah.
somebody's gonna say, you violate?
All right.
No.
Yep.
So then so we won't go over them then. I'll give them to you, but if
That'd
you
be
want, just to show you what I did, go to natural resources. Okay, so go to goal 1.
Goal 2. Goal 1.
Yep, goal 1, number 1. So promote public knowledge about water supply and demand management, groundwater pollution, and impacts of pollution, natural resources, and drinking water. I said explore regulations for the collection of stormwater that is better than the RIDEM standards.
Perfect.
Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goal 1.
This goal.
Can I,
Goal
Oh, those are policy decisions. Hang on. Down the bottom, the implementation actions, right? So then number 4, I had, for example, improve. See, this is the fluffy part.
Yeah.
Improve. What do you mean by that? Improve stormwater management requirements during and following construction, as well as municipal oversight during construction throughout updating the subdivision and land development regulations. So what is improve? There's nothing in the comprehensive plan that says do anything except improve. So therefore, the contractor and the contractor's lawyers go to DEM for the standard because the comprehensive plan doesn't say you need to do better than that. So my comment would be improve the stormwater management standards to the University of New Hampshire stormwater control requirements.
Right.
Oh, that's better than the
Right.
DEM requirements, right? And if we had something like that in there, then when we go to talk to them about the village at Tioga, as an example, we said the comprehensive plan states that these are the standards for
Right.
us, which
Right.
is better in Coventry than the standards for the state of Rhode Island, just as an idea. And then number 7 is blown out of the water because they had development plan around Johnson's Pond. And I had said, well, Johnson's Pond redevelopment plan seems to be dead in the water. And it's certainly not because of last night. So that right? So then if you go to goal 2, and I won't do them all, but go to goal 2 and you see, so now you see what I did. Number 1, groundwater protection overlay, blah, 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 protect surface water, including weed abatement for AIS. So there's nothing in there. It says develop groundwater protection overlay and watershed protection overlay districts and implement regulations and standards for development of these districts, including comprehensive protective zoning regulations. It says nothing about aquatic invasive species.
Right.
So that's how I did this. And I went through natural resources, outdoor recreation. I had one on transportation. I had 2, 3 on hazards. And then the one that I did want to share because Miles is here, could you go to volume 2?
Oh, fine. Multiple.
Part 1.
That's how we're not going it all over right here, right
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
Page-
another
Page
pages.
79. Table 302.
Table 3-2 or 302?
It's 3-2. Sorry,
Yeah.
3-2.
Yeah.
So here, the first one, number 34, says Green Acres Breezy Lake, which is Upper Dam Pond.
Yeah.
Okay. We should add Green Acres Middle Dam Pond because now they have built an access path on town property. So that is now considered or should be considered a recreational water resource in the town of Coventry. Because the lake is on town property, the access path is on town property.
Yeah.
So now that should be added as a recreational source.
If they
Because people can launch canoes from that location. There's an access road
Right.
that's town-owned onto a path through the woods that is town-owned onto a lake that is town-owned.
if they wanted to access them, regulate it like one. I agree.
Yes.
All right. So
So that one should be added. However, they decide that they want to add that in there.
okay. So
And those are my ideas.
Jerry Knowles being lazy. Could I ask you to, before you send it out, this is on page 1 of part 1. This is on page 17 of.
Oh, in these items
We'll
here.
make it easier. I don't know if Miles is thinking about this when he's listening. We've got to go to page 79, but it doesn't say on there that it's 79, so you'll be looking through all the pages after
Mhm.
pages.
Okay, so if I said here, all right, volume 1, page number, goal
Whatever it is.
1,
Yeah.
number 1.
Perfect.
Okay, page number, goal 2. Okay.
And
So
then-
I'll add page numbers to all of
So
these.
I'm hoping that when we meet at 6 o'clock on 20 March, that we have had enough conversation that we have it all set. And we can say, Josh, it's done. Here it is. Here's our comments.
Yep.
We're going out for the night. Do you want to come out with us? Okay.
Yep.
I'll take you all to the P&A
Right.
because they'll all be in full force by then.
They will be full force. There's not even a doubt about it. But
What's
so
Beta Group have to do with this?
does
They are the consultant that did the majority of the
Beta.
plan.
Beta does a good job.
Interesting.
So the last thing is, does this have to be in a format? Any specific type of format? For us to, here you go, Josh, so we don't make your life more of a, well, I was almost gonna swear,
Oh, we can convert it back to Word
right?
and I'll give it to you
Right.
when we're done.
Although-
Collaboratively here in the room.
Yep.
Then we convert it back to Word.
Yep, and then, but do we need to like have headers, or do we need to have footers saying Concom comments, page 7, Concom, page 8? Do you want it to at the very top, just all these pages to say Concom?
No, however, the more info you have, when it's given to the planning commission members, the
Right.
easier it's going to be for them
Right,
to
like you
understand.
just said, what page is that, Tom?
Mm,
What
mhm,
goal was it, Tom? Where is it on the page?
Mhm.
mhm.
Yeah.
You know, if it says on the top of our report, Concom comments, comprehensive plan, page 1, page 2, page 3. And at the very bottom, you know.
Yeah, I'll
whatever.
just put an outline together for that,
Yep.
right? So,
But we could have that all set so that we can just give it to you, and then you can just print it and give it to the planning department
Yeah.
or the planning board, so.
Yeah.
now are they going through those in open forum in their meeting?
That I am not.
Because I,
Say.
so it is an open meeting,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
But I would like ours, I don't mind going to it.
oh, no, I agree with you.
But I mean, I
Yeah,
want us to, I want,
yeah, I want them to go, oh, this came from the Conservation Commission.
right,
Yeah,
very professional.
and then we get there, and if you'd like Planning Commission, we would be happy to walk you through our
Our
recommendations,
comments, right.
comments or recommendations. Yeah,
So,
perfect.
Yeah, I think the more info you have on this, the more the interest of the planning commission
Sure.
members will be piqued.
yeah, of course, I agree with you. And it's just, it seems beneficial. If we're gonna do it, we should try to do it right, and we should make it as easy as possible. And even like things like saying to the planning commission, okay, you notice this is on part 1, page 17. You know, it doesn't hurt to let them
Mm.
know that. They can disregard that if they don't want it.
So what I may do is actually put the goal and the statement
If you
and
got
then
time.
our response
If you
to
got
that
time.
statement. Yeah,
If you got time.
yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
All
And
right.
that way we can try to make this a go, try to help out you, Josh, but you'll have to come up with something in the future to benefit us. You know, like root beer. I like root beer. You know, if it's after Easter, I could have chips. Before Easter, I can't have chips.
I'm more of a cream soda
Cream soda.
person, but I won't turn root beer down.
AEW root beer is like primo.
Mm.
Can't beat it. I don't know how anybody doesn't like it. It's like the best. Anyways, doesn't
All
need
right,
to
so
be.
the goal,
So,
this piece, then the goal, then the response.
all right, are there any future agenda items?
We have one, I did have one more item
Yeah.
in mind for tonight, which was just going over, if we could, the letter that I had drafted a few weeks ago for, the bike path, because even today, it is still not completely plowed.
I know, I haven't gone on it. I've
Well,
been
sorry,
afraid to.
it was never plowed.
Right.
It's melted.
West
but
Warwick
not
was
completely.
plowed.
Yes, West
Cranston
Warwick.
was plowed,
My dad took pictures at the line
right?
between West
Just
Warwick and
smells.
Coventry. It's completely plowed on the West Warwick
I
side.
know.
You go to Coventry. Even as of yesterday, there was still snow on it,
Yep, I know.
which is
Yeah, I
Not-
gotcha.
not
I
acceptable.
gotcha. Okay.
I wrote this a while ago, so if you have any feedback, please, and I can make changes.
I do have an
That
add-ons to that.
Yesterday.
That was yesterday. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great way to flip over if you're on a bike.
That was yesterday,
Yeah.
after tons of melting.
Yeah.
So.
And then when you got down toward Planet Fitness,
Yep.
it was impassable.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
You
because
couldn't
it-
get past
because
it
it's
because there
totally
was
shaded.
shade on
Yeah.
both sides, so
Yep.
you couldn't get past it.
Miles, I just talked to Doug about it when we were coming in. That's why I was a few minutes late. I apologize. But in the RDA last night on Johnson's Pond, there's all these ideas about, and help me out, Tom, you were there, the trails along the bottom of the dam, maybe the top of the dam if it's safe. Well, that takes you over to the side of Reservoir Road, which
Mhm.
you didn't go to Coventry High School, right? Or did
No,
you?
no.
So takes you over to very close to Coventry High School.
Mhm.
And Coventry High School has soccer fields, has football fields, has tennis courts, has indoor facilities, has all kinds of things that are great to utilize. Great to utilize as a recreation area. We've got the library, we've got the bathrooms in the library, we've got the bike trail that goes by there. We'll now have a beach area. We'll have hiking trails or trails, bike trails that link into the bike trail. And so I asked Doug, what do you think of getting maybe with the Conservation Commission talking about it, of getting the roadways to have a bike path lane, not a bike path, not a separate bike path, because that's expensive, but bike path lane on the roads. He thought that would go through DPW. I don't know if it would. He doesn't think it would go through planning.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
I think it would go through DPW.
So, and he thinks, Doug's not sure, but he thinks a sales pitch by Jerry Narkowitz would probably have more validity. I know, Kevin, and it is a no-brainer. We're talking very little money to do that.
Which road? Reservoir?
That's Reservoir. Reservoir, and then it goes to Clubhouse, which is on the side. And so I wondered if your letter should incorporate some of that as part of an enhancement to this, is to with the development, the RDA development of Johnson's Pond. I asked the woman last night, Sarah. I said, would this be something you guys would consider? And they said, no, we are strictly limited to Johnson's Pond.
They're only within the boundary.
Just the boundary. So this would be outside the boundary, but it's I use the term no brainer.
Jerry, my 2 cents, this is what I'm thinking as you're saying this, it's 2 letters.
Right.
I was about to say, because
Yeah.
it's already going to planning and development and parks.
That's fine.
Well, and I think
That's
too,
fine.
this is specifically about making sure that the existing trail, the existing
Right,
stays clear
right,
in the winter. That's right.
right.
And now there's this thing here.
Yep.
They're
Probably a good
related.
idea. Do you mind writing that?
No, I was
I mean, it
just
would-
about to write it down.
Yeah, because I mean, it would seem to go in conjunction with your letter. A different letter. I agree, Tom. You're right. I think that it is a different letter, but I think it would be worth pushing out. And if so, am I right about those trails last night?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
are.
They were
Yeah.
trying to
It's
get
not
rid of
only
it.
on that side, but now I
Right.
realize I didn't know that there were trails down by the water.
I know.
I have no idea.
And
Those
they're
go.
enhancing some of those other trails that are there. And if you're allowed to go across, I've walked that whole dam. I don't know if you've ever been. Have you ever been on the dam?
Nope.
So I've walked the entire dam. I've been in the gatehouses. I've seen it. I've seen it all. And it's flat on the top, probably, I don't know, 10 feet wide. So you could put a nice bike trail along the top if it's acceptable to DM. DM may say, no, you can't put a bike trail there. But that means you can put one on the bottom. And there is one on the bottom of the dam. So different thoughts. I just think it would be a great thing to bring up at this point.
Oh yeah, I would never be in disagreement with the bike lane.
Well, I know, what a good usage of, I mean, think about it. If you're over at the town hall and you want to go over and use the tennis courts, it's like 3/4 of a mile on a bike. That's like a slam dunk. So, okay.
A separate letter,
I'm glad-
yes,
I'm glad that came up.
absolutely.
Okay.
Question on the second to last paragraph. So I think you allude to it. So the whole letter is specifically about the bike path,
Mhm.
right? Or the greenway, right? And then we get down to, we also understand this may be an equipment issue, so that's good. Heavier plows may damage the bike path, all true. In that circumstance, we're gonna procure additional snow clearing equipment, including the blowers and plows that could be used on the path. Then I thought you were going to go, and maybe you do, because you say dedicated to clearing streets and paths in Coventry, is that the sidewalks, especially around the schools, are also not plowed.
Right.
True.
And this equipment that they purchase could be used for multiple purposes.
Good point. I
Right?
can.
So now it's, you're buying it for the bike path. Oh, geez, I gotta buy it just for the bike path. No, we can use it because Alfred Sean Feinstein Middle School on 116,
Mhm.
the kids were walking on the street
Yeah,
to get there.
right.
On the street, both sides.
Yeah, I was
And
teaching at that point.
we don't enforce the rule that everybody has to clear
I
their
know.
sidewalk.
I know.
We don't enforce that. So, and in Attleboro, where my daughter lives, they don't have to enforce it because they get this cute little snow blower.
Right.
And it goes right down.
About
There
4
it
foot
goes.
high. That
Yes,
throws it out.
just done.
I think about,
But I think that's, so now that's like an added benefit to say,
We're
hey,
not
you
just
know,
doing
you
it for
can
the
also,
bike path.
yeah.
We're doing it for.
right.
you know,
agree.
the streets that need it the
Yeah.
most.
I think of,
I love it.
yeah.
Very good. Nice job.
If I rewrite that bit, would that be something we want to approve? Not right now because it hasn't been redrafted, but during the 20th meeting as just a quick.
Oh, I'd make a motion to approve it based on the changes that we had just
we
agreed
could do
to.
that.
And then I could send it to you
Sure.
and send it, and that gets sent over to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve it based on the
Okay.
changes that we just agreed
Yep.
upon.
I'll second it.
All right.
All in
Okay.
favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Do it
Nicely done.
and write the next letter and we'll approve that one maybe on the 20th.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, we're just gonna start inundating the town council.
Good.
Oh, this is
Good.
great.
I will tell you that JP loves the interface. John Paul Verducci, he absolutely loves it. He wants everybody involved.
Mhm.
That's the type of guy he is.
Mhm.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing. Okay, so you've got stuff to do. You've got stuff to do. I'm just gonna look good.
Well,
No, I'm gonna send you this so
Yeah.
that you have stuff to do.
But you got some work to do to put it all in the right fashion, so.
Oh, it's I deal with that. Let's any other business?
Yeah, I know, I'm.
No, I want to tell you the story, but when we're adjourned.
Yeah, I'm lazy. I admit that, freely admit that. I don't want to reinvent the wheel, to go hunting through for all this stuff when, damn, if Tom were here, he'd
Sure.
know.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.